Batman, DC's most used character in history. Everyone loves Batman. From animation to live action to video games, no matter the iteration, Batman is a beloved character. There's many different ways and topics I could go about this. Today, I specifically wanted to have an early perspective on the DCU. If you love intros longer than a Dashi video and an alien ranting about an unpopular opinion, subscribe and like for more videos. Now let's talk about Batman. Over the years has been very good. We've gotten a lot of adaptations of Batman, the Arkham games, which are great, the Snyderverse Batman, which was very divisive, but I liked Ben as Batman for the most part. Most definitely the best Bruce Wayne. Literally perfection. I don't see any other Bruce Wayne being better in terms of looks and mannerisms. Then obviously the Batman, which I consider one of the greatest movies ever. Truly a classic and timeless movie. I love the fact that it takes place during the fall and is technically a Halloween movie. I'm October born, so this means something to me. Now we have Superman being the first live action movie in the DCU, which is fine. He is the most popular superhero of all time. He is the superhero. Batman, I think, is definitely more loved though at the moment. Anyway, we have our Supergirl, we have our Green Lantern, but we don't have our Wonder Woman, Flash, or Batman. Now to focus on Batman, as of all Justice League members besides Supes, Batman is integral, so is Wonder Woman, but this video is about bats. Currently, Robert Pattinson is the current Batman and only Batman right now. My favorite Batman of all time, actually. But obviously, Rob's Batman isn't part of the new DCU. Why? Well, James Gunn previously stated that Matt Reeves wanted to do his own thing, he wanted to finish his trilogy, and James Gunn will respect that. Now, this clearly means that James Gunn wanted Rob's Batman to be part of the new DCU, despite what most people say.
I think maybe the biggest question I've seen out there is like, because, you know, you've been very adamant, Matt Reeves' Batman universe is Matt Reeves' Batman,
Yeah.
and he's such a singular filmmaker, let him do his thing. Have you contemplated, have you had the conversation, have you reconsidered integrating Pattinson's Batman into your DCU?
I've contemplated it. Yeah, we've contemplated it. You gotta contemplate everything, John. Like, we gotta talk about everything. Like it just means like, and then see, like you can't these questions you can't answer because people are too, you know.
Right. Yeah, you would be an idiot not to have that.
They take everything
I get it.
to mean an idiot not to think what's this gonna, you know, how does this go? How does this go? You know, but I'm committed to both telling stories in the DCU and telling Elseworld story. I want the freedom to tell Elseworld stories. We want to be able to, you know, tell a story in which, you know, Superman's very different. Or
now I'm just gonna say it, this is a very hated take for whatever reason, but let's get into it. James Gunn should merge the Batman with the DCU. There, I said it. I know that's the unpopular opinion, but I honestly don't see why it wouldn't work. Many people say, oh well, Matt Reeves' grounded and realistic take on the Batman wouldn't fit into Gunn's DCU. I'm sorry, that is just bull. No way you're telling me these two wouldn't work well together. It happens in the comics all the time. As for their worlds, well, I have seen nothing in Matt Reeves' universe that tells me it wouldn't fit. Again, this isn't me saying James Gunn should merge the universes despite Matt Reeves' say so. I think him not merging the universes together because Matt doesn't want to is perfectly fine, but don't tell me the universes won't merge because of the fit. Gotham has always been a grounded and more realistic version of Metropolis. People keep saying,
you're talking about a universe where they changed the name Cobblepot to Cobb for the sake of realism.
like yay, so what? Who cares? Does anybody remember James Gunn saying that this won't be like the MCU, that each movie will have its own tone and feel different? You know, the thing everyone literally criticizes the MCU for. I'll be making a video on the current state of the MCU too, so stay tuned. In all honesty though, I'm not saying Batman and Superman have similar tones and vibes and worlds, because they don't, which is the point, they shouldn't. That's one of the reasons why they are the best duo in entertainment history. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's definitely possible. People also like to talk about how the Batman movie feels knowing there are superheroes that exist. Well, I think the Batman movie is pretty self-contained. It doesn't show too much about the lore or world building besides Gotham. And as we know, Metropolis exists in the Matt Reeves universe based on a comic that's actually canon to the Batman movie. I feel like people also ask this question with Marvel movies, like, oh, why aren't the Avengers here? Or where is Iron Man? Spider-Man Far From Home actually makes a joke about this.
I know, but that was an accident, sir. Come on, there's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Okay, Doctor Strange.
Unavailable.
Captain Marvel.
Don't invoke her name.
I feel like you can say that about a lot of superhero movies, but the Batman's overall plot doesn't change if Superman exists, especially if Superman knows of Batman's existence, assuming he does. Why would he be in Gotham to help Batman with an issue that Batman has covered? It's obviously possible, especially for a team-up movie down the road, but not necessary for the Batman movie. It's weird because people also complained about how Marvel movies constantly had references to other Marvel movies and didn't have their own contained stories. But as I said before in my Lanterns video, superhero movies have to be the hardest movies to make in terms of pleasing the audience. But that's not what this video is about, so I digress. Now that I've addressed the ridiculous idea that Matt Reeves' Batman can't or won't fit into the new DCU, let's move on.
Woman and Batman and Superman, especially that you see them showing up in different ways in different Elseworld stories. I think that's part of the fun of DC. You know, you get Watchmen. Like Watchmen is a result of DC telling a story that's outside of the continuity of DC Comics.
I've flown over the entire area. Every man and woman in Harbor City has been shrunk down till they're only 2 inches tall.
Leaping leprechaun.
Let's talk about the story. As you all know, James Gunn wants the first Batman movie to be The Brave and the Bold, which basically is a story about Batman, obviously older, and his biological son Damian Wayne, aka Robin, though I'm curious as to how old will Bruce actually be.
Quick, Robin, to the Batcopter.
There it is, Batman. Just the way they described it.
Usually he's older than Superman, but not that much older, but assuming Damian is like 12 to 15 years old. So let's assume Superman in this universe is around 29 to 33. Batman could be 34 to 38 years old. So if Damian is 14, that means that Bruce could have had Damian around his early 20s, which makes sense, but obviously we will see the route they decide to go with. I just hope Talia is there, which I'm almost certain she will be. If you haven't heard yet, Talia is one of my favorite DC characters, in fact one of my favorite characters in superhero history. I just think everything about her is amazing, especially her background. I know this would never happen, but I'm fully on board for a Talia al Ghul movie named Talia. Anyway, starting out with Damian Wayne already being born and actually being Robin isn't a bad idea. It all depends on how they do it. Of course, the film side of the DCU at this current moment hasn't even begun yet. Superman could open up multiple stories for other movies, though I think the only movie that Superman will directly connect to is Supergirl. As for the villains, well, this is tough, and also where the tale of two Batman's problems occur. Obviously they can't use someone like the Penguin in their story, as he has already been used in Matt Reeves' universe, and obviously had a very popular show. This is assuming the universes do not merge. Mr. Freeze is a villain I pray Matt Reeves stays away from. Honestly, I hope he doesn't do it, because if he does, that obviously means we won't see him in the DCU anytime soon. But I think they would be too confusing and just dumb to have two different versions of the same villains in your blockbuster superhero films. As it will also be dumb to have two Batman on screen at the same time. People love to mention the Flash movie doing this while Matt Reeves' Batman was already on screen, but I think that's very disingenuous. The Flash was quite clearly a multiverse movie, and it made that very clear, so the general audience would chalk it up to it being the multiverse. Now I could be wrong, two big Batman movies around the same time could work, but it would be very difficult. One thing I am certain of is that the DCU Batman and Matt Reeves' Batman will not be released within 1 year of each other. Absolutely no way. What does this mean? Well, obviously 2 years from now is the year 2027, which is when supposedly the Batman Part 2 is supposed to be released. Okay, so as we know, no DCU Batman movie is coming this year, so that means the earliest we will possibly see the new DCU Batman movie is in the year 2029, 4 years from now. Okay, cool. So Matt Reeves is supposed to do a trilogy, meaning the Batman Part 3 wouldn't release until the year 2031, so any DCU Batman sequel wouldn't be released until the year 2033. I don't know about you, but that sounds not only confusing, but a very long time away. So it goes like this basically: 2027 Matt Reeves Batman Part 2, 2029 DCU Brave and the Bold movie, 2031 Matt Reeves' final Batman movie, then 2033 the sequel to the DCU's Batman. Now all this could very well happen, and each movie could make 500 million plus at the box office and basically be well received, and it could all work out. I doubt it, but I have a suggestion. I honestly think they have three choices, one choice being one that everyone would want, one people don't want, and one people would absolutely hate with all their heart. 1. The one everyone wants. Continue with their current plan and have two Batman on screen at the same time. It's Batman, and assuming Batman fatigue and or confusion won't affect the movie's success. 2. The one everyone doesn't want. Merge the universes and have Robert Pattinson's Batman join the DCU with Superman and all the other heroes. It will be hard, you might have to explain and retcon certain things, maybe. I still feel like the Batman movie is pretty self-contained, but whatever, the change won't be drastic. 3. The one everyone will hate with all their hearts. I'm not saying I want this to happen. I love Matt Reeves and his Batman. Truly. He honestly might be going through something in his personal life, so I won't criticize or question why the movie is taking so long, because he is a great director. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is an absolute masterpiece. But for option 3, I think they would cancel the Batman sequel. I know this isn't ideal. A very loved Batman in movie. I obviously don't think this will happen at all, ever, unless Matt Reeves decides to do so. Maybe Warner Bros. Would step in if it's taking too long, but I don't know. I can't see James Gunn himself canceling the movie without Matt's approval. Otherwise he would have merged the universes already, and we would be getting a new Batman movie as early as next year. Anyway, if the movie is a billion-dollar movie, I think the idea of merging the universes will change. To be honest, it already has changed just a bit. While James Gunn and Matt Reeves are still firm on the Elseworld idea, their latest comments seem to at least be open to it if it worked out that way. Though at this moment it hasn't happened and probably won't happen at all. In fact, we probably won't hear any news on any other DC project besides Peacemaker and Superman until Comic-Con, 2 weeks after Superman. I believe we will hear something about the new Batman, but part of me is still thinking that a merger will happen, but that's the hope that I will see my favorite live-action Batman, and confidently soon to be favorite live-action Superman, to share the screen together. It's already my favorite suit, though I love Henry's version also. As far as casting goes, Alan Ritchson has been on a Shamik Moore campaign run for Batman, and people think he'd be good. I hear he's good in the show Reacher. Honestly, I can't see it. He doesn't look like Bruce Wayne at all. I mean, he's buff and in good shape, which is good, but I can't see him at all. It hurts me to say that because I can clearly see he wants to play Batman, but I just can't see it. He'd honestly be a good Aquaman though, if I'm being completely honest. Brandon Sklenar is another one people have fan casted. Honestly, he has the perfect look for Bruce Wayne and Batman. He would honestly be great, though I doubt he would be casted. Movie studios usually never ever hire fan casted actors. The last time I've seen it happen was with John with Reed Richards. He was in every fan casting for some odd reason. I never personally liked it, but he appeared in Doctor Strange 2 and people absolutely hated it. So I can't see Mr. Brandon being casted, even though I think he's good. I hope it's not a big actor though. There are plenty of other characters that I'm interested in seeing be casted, like Talia, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Joker, etc. And obviously the other Justice League members, like Wonder Woman, Flash, or Martian Manhunter. Definitely hope we see Miss Martian, as she is also one of my favorites, and I do hope the Talia we see is one that looks like this version, as she looks the coolest. Anyway, that's what I think about the Batman situation. Hopefully they figure it out. I honestly wouldn't mind either way, especially if the new Batman is really good, though people will definitely compare the two. There will be people saying the new Batman is trash compared to Rob's. It will definitely be a challenge for whoever they decide to cast. If you like this video, or like random topics about video games, movies, or whatever I decide to write about on a random day, like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching and more videos to come.
This thing? I don't know, but we've got to try. Watch those tubes, Robin. They're red hot. We can't get past them. This way. Let's get to work. Batman, help! Don't move, Robin. Batman, watch out!